Welcome to the AA meeting. We're an American and Armenian. Today, talk about something we've coined as Ubergate. Ubergate 2022.
Bill Gates owns Uber.
Does he really?
No.
Oh. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
That motherfucker owns everything.
Yeah, he owns vaccines, remember?
Yeah.
That's why I threw away my Apple computer. After I got vaccinated, I threw away my Apple computer and I went out and I bought a PC. I bought a Windows.
Why? It's even worse.
No, I should stop. I'm spreading misinformation.
Yeah, doesn't your
I'm joking, but
for,
people might not know that.
She's probably going to be assassinated after this.
She signed a non-disclosure form. We cannot talk about that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't say
We
her
didn't
name.
say anything.
Yeah. You're scaring me right now.
No. What if Bill Gates sees this podcast?
Damn.
Yeah. We can't say what. We can't even say any kind of affiliation or association. Because she could be murdered after this.
There's this
or
bit,
at least switch to a PC. I don't know. I don't know what happens.
There's this bit that Conan O'Brien said when he got Donald Trump to come over to his show, late night show. He thinks that Donald Trump has like golden robots that'll assassinate people.
I fully believe it. You know what? That's what the Mar-a-Lago papers are about. It's not nuclear weapons. It's all about Donald Trump's golden robots. Also, why Epstein was murdered.
With the golden robots?
He was murdered by a golden robot.
Golden robots that
what
actually
if
give
we
you
start
golden
saying
showers.
this and then we find out wait a minute. You're right.
I love how it takes you a couple of seconds to like register what I just said.
Yeah, because I'm only thinking about what I'm gonna say next instead of what you're saying.
Yes. Oh shit! I forgot to time our podcast. Where's my phone?
Oh no, we're fucked. No, forget it. Let's just do it.
No, keep going.
Okay. Welcome to the AA Meeting podcast, where an American and an Armenian discuss the new Ubergate allegations.
Yeah.
Although there's been no allegation so far, and it's not. That's a completely wrong word for it. But there is a story. Something did happen to you when you ordered Uber Eats. Mm-hmm. I don't know how serious we should take this.
I take it very seriously because this isn't a joke. This isn't something you can take lightly.
You were actually scared when this happened.
Yeah, I thought Uber was stalking me. I thought
Uber / Bill Gates was stalking you.
This is my idea about Uber. I think Uber was made not for food, not to deliver items. It was made for religious recruitment.
And now we have evidence.
Yeah.
What happened? Tell them the story.
I decided to order Uber Eats, and this time I decided to order a Mandy salad because Kara kept calling me a fat ass.
Okay.
Every week. So,
listen. I'm employing tough love techniques. Mm-hmm. I'm not body shaming you.
No, I love it. I told you to fat shame me. I told you to call me
and now you're calling me out.
No, I love it. Call me a fat piece of shit. I love it.
First of all, I would never do that because I am sensitive, and I am sensitive towards fat shaming.
Are you?
Or whatever.
Are you really?
Yeah. Have you ever heard me fat shame anybody? Except for when you ask me to call you that, and I don't even do that.
I didn't think comedians were sensitive.
Well, you know what? Fair. They're deeply sensitive people, as a matter of fact. Yeah, we just can't handle anything, so we hide it with a joke. We're so sensitive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That we have to cover up our emotions with humor. Mm-hmm. That's how we handle things.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to Ubergate.
So Kara called me a fat piece of shit.
Oh my God.
And then I ordered a salad to make myself feel better and to like be like, hey,
to get
Kara.
this woman off my back.
No, I was like, are you proud of me? I got a salad. So I get the salad, and usually I don't want to have to explain the audience how Uber works, but they tell you I'm here. You go pick it up. Sometimes they knock on, they press the buzzer thing, and you open the door for them. This time, nothing. The person that came didn't tell me that he arrived. He didn't notify me that he's waiting for me.
Oh, that's creepy.
Nothing. He was like, the app said a minute away. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Usually they buzz in. They like press the buzzer to notify me they're waiting in front of the door. Nothing. And I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? My fat belly needs the fucking salad already, And then I'm like, did he just leave it in front of my door? And I opened the door and the bag was there right in front of my door. And I look out to see, because my elevator isn't up.
Right.
And I look out and he's not even at the elevator, so I can't even look at him, see how he looks like. His name was Lion, by the way.
What?
Lion.
What kind of a name is that?
It's like people make up names in Uber, right? They don't.
Yeah,
they
there's
don't
F and U. Have you ever got that one?
Really?
Yeah, I've had that several times, and I think it's just code for fuck you.
That's amazing.
Because there's been several Uber drivers named F and U. Another conspiracy, but we'll get back. We could talk about that another time.
Right. And so I bring the food in, I open it, and it looks normal. There's a bunch of stuff in it. So I'm taking the stuff out, and then I notice something in it, and it takes me a while to register what the fuck this is. But I find a Bible in my Mandy's salad bag.
But not just any Bible.
Yeah, a New Testament, Armenian New Testament.
Yeah, which is creepy because somehow either Mandy's or the driver knew that you were Armenian.
Yeah. And I have it right here.
Yeah. He ain't lying.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
Show them the inscription.
Yeah, so this freaked me out already by itself. And then for the fuck of it, I was like, all right, let's see what's inside. And I turn the first page, and someone wrote in Armenian that Jesus loves me very much, and they put my name in it.
So someone at Mandy's or Uber saw our podcast, was thinking Tavit needs to come. He's gone to the dark side. Mm-hmm. The white devil has captured him. He needs to get away from this devil lady who's divorced with 2 kids. Come back to the faith. I think maybe your family hired this guy.
Hey, listen, you're joking right now, but I was leaning towards that thought.
Especially since you got an additional letter in the mail earlier. This was a few months ago. You got a letter from a random woman who basically said the same thing.
A handwritten letter. She got your address. You don't know who she was. I think my neighborhood's fucked.
Well, there's a lot of drugs and prostitution
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
At the what is it? The
McDonald's parking lot?
No, surprisingly. What's the Kushtar?
Oh, right.
So, I don't know. Maybe, but you might also have a religious stalker.
But I honestly though, I really thought that was it. Every single time we have a podcast, we make fun of how only my family's watching this podcast, and we go like my entire Armenian family. Which
now might be true.
Yeah,
now we're making a joke, but
yeah, it's kind of like, does someone in the Armenian community looking at me?
Yeah, if Tav's family is listening, unfortunately, he is beyond saving. You could try. Please try some more. It's fodder for our podcast.
No, don't try. I'm done. Satan.
Okay, all right, calm down.
I want Satan in me.
Not good. Now you're just making it worse. Now you're going to get another letter and another Bible if you keep doing stuff like this.
Well, come on, Kara. Like,
what?
if roles were reversed right now, you would be hard. You would
You know
you
what?
would be into it so much you would make fun of it.
No, I wouldn't. You know what? I feel I'm a little jealous that this happened to you. I'm like, where
you can't use it in your stand-up?
No, I feel like, okay, well, nobody cares about me. Where are my Midwestern Methodist, people trying to bring me back to Kansas? What if I wish I got a Bible that said Jesus is a cornfield. Please come home.
Oh, isn't that the sign for Kansas as you go?
No, it's wheat actually.
Oh, right.
I meant to say wheat field. Jesus manifests as a wheat field.
Yeah.
Please come back to Kansas and be saved.
But it's actually a site. It's actually a sign. When you go in Kansas, you see Jesus on it, and they say like.
He might be a wheat. I don't know. He could be anything. But I'm about ready to live in a wheat field. Prices in Montreal have gone. Rent prices are going through the roof. I'm about ready to just dig a hole in a fucking wheat field and call it my home. I'll go back. That's the thing. If some Midwestern Methodist, religious mouthpiece, whatever you want to call it, pilgrim left me a Bible saying please come home, I don't know that I wouldn't. It's just that no one's ever asked. I'm a lost cause at this point.
Basically, you're saying that you're very lonely in one little thing.
No, I'm not alone. Well, who knows? I don't know.
I'll do anything for a pie.
Well, we know you will.
If this guy, instead of giving me a Bible, if he gave me a
cookie,
a piece of pie, and said I have to love Jesus to eat this, I would be like,
that's the thing.
Deal.
If he really wants to convert you, he should find out what it is that you like. What's gonna do the trick?
Yeah.
He should have made you a dozen cookies that says Jesus loves you. But remember, I made you call Mandy's.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Because I thought it was somebody there. And I'm like, you better call and ask who is putting Armenian Bibles in their takeout orders. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, and I called the Mandy's restaurant or whatever, and a young woman picked up the phone, and I go like, "Hey, listen, what I'm about to tell you, it's gonna sound pretty crazy, but hear me out." And then I said that basically I ordered a salad and there's a Bible in the package, and she's like, she wasn't saying it, she was laughing her ass off, and basically said that I made her day.
So maybe it was them.
No, she's like, okay, nobody in our staff put a Bible in your order. I can assure you.
Sir, our whole staff are 100% atheists. Right. Joey just got arrested last week. Tyler's out on parole.
I love the fact that you're using American names. It's probably like
sorry,
probably like Matthew or
I'm colonizing Cartierville
or Etienne or
I am the White Devil
or Marie. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Well, I hope you can switch it into a positive. Maybe practice it." She goes like, maybe if you're a believer, you can start practicing.
What? You didn't tell me this.
Yeah, she was joking around.
Okay, because that's a good tactic, though.
Yeah, true. True.
But so then we decided that it was the Uber driver. It had to have been the Uber
It had
driver.
to, because like it was like he was like a very sneaky person. He didn't want to reveal his
Yeah,
face.
what a
I don't even
pussy.
know how.
What a pussy. Like, at least hand it over and be like, there's a little something in there for you, you know?
Yeah,
Like, if you
yeah,
really,
yeah.
if you were going to own that.
It's true. It's true.
So how can he be convincing if he just slips it in and then runs away?
Just like my sex life.
Okay. Are you saying this because I leave after every time? Are you saying this because I just leave? Listen. A woman has needs, okay? And I'm a busy lady as well. I've got things to do. I can't just be hanging around all the time. In any case.
Oh my god. I got things to do, stuff
I
to
got places
see.
to be. I've got Armenian Bibles to put in people's takeout. I'm an Uber driver on the side with a religious mission.
Oh,
that's what you don't know about me.
That brings me to a point. Thank you. Think about it though. Like, because this can't be a coincidence. I'm thinking this guy drives around in his car, obviously, and has a box full of Bibles,
and he's
in
just
his driver's seat.
He's looking at who he's delivering the order to and writing their name in caps.
He's waiting until he finds an Armenian person, and he's like, "All right, great, and my target is there," and he writes my name.
That's creepy.
What
do you think Uber would do if they knew about that?
Yeah,
what do you think? Because think about what else people are getting when they order from Uber in their takeout. Like, I think a scandal is about ready to break.
Mm-hmm. We can sue Uber and get some money out of this.
Yeah, Uber, we're gonna sue you for religious trauma.
We can go on Joe Rogan and talk about this.
I don't want to go on Joe Rogan. I'm sorry. In any case.
Yeah, in any case.
It reminds me that I told this story to my friend. She lives on a small island off of Seattle, Whidbey Island. And she said that around Christmas time, she started getting anonymous Christmas presents at her doorstep. It would be like little baskets with handmade shortbread, and the next day she would get something. It was basically like the 12 days until Christmas, right?
Right.
And she started flipping out. I mean, it seemed menacing because she talked to all of her friends and family. No one knew who was leaving her gifts. There was no name on it. She tried to catch the person who was leaving the gifts, but she couldn't catch anyone.
Wow.
And she was like throwing all of the food, like the cookies and the shortbread and the fudge. She was throwing it all away because she thought maybe it was poisoned or something.
Oh my God.
That time she was single and she had 2 kids. She's like, oh my God, someone's targeting me as a single mom and they're going to murder me. That
is freaky though. That is freaky. It sounds like, what's that called where there's a guy can have many wives and they dress up as
Oh, you mean Mormons?
Is that what
What's that
is
called?
That what it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it sounds like Mormons.
No, it wasn't. It turned out to be her friend's mom. Her friend who lives on the island. Apparently there's like a tradition on the island because it's a small island community. They pick someone as a secret Santa and they leave them like gifts up until Christmas, like the 12 days before Christmas. And she had no idea that anyone on the island did this because she was relatively new. And so her friend's mom was trying to be nice, thought she knew about the secret Santa gift exchange, and just ended up like making her think that she was going to get murdered.
I can imagine if you and I, we moved there and we would start getting this in front of our door. I would literally go outside at night with my pajamas and my bathrobe
and sit out
and
front
be
on the
like-
porch with a
and be
shotgun
like,
and
who's this motherfucker's doing
yeah,
this?
right. Yeah,
It's just,
right.
it's like Sopranos fucking going out and be like, motherfucker, I'm gonna catch you, motherfucker.
Oh, in one gift, she got 2 bottles of wine, though. And I said, okay, come on. Be
Yeah.
honest with me. You did not throw the wine away. And she's like, no, I actually drank the
Oh
wine.
my God.
I was like, I knew it. I knew you wouldn't throw the wine away.
On second thought, this is great. This
Yeah.
is great.
Well, if it's poisoned, it's poisoned.
Yeah. Thank God Jeffrey Dahmer didn't poison the fucking wine or whatever.
Okay, so we have been watching that. And I know we talked about, we stopped watching that because the first scenes were way too intense. So just the whole like murder setup scene, it was too real. It was too much. So I stopped watching it.
It was the thing that got to me, and this is the dumbest reasoning, because it's just me like not complaining, but it's just instead of me saying like the thing that got to me was the murder, but it wasn't that. It was how like visually descriptive it was, how dirty everything was.
Yeah,
that's what got to me. The like they were saying how it was his apartment was smelling and you can see blood everywhere, and I can like visualize and process how disgusting it would smell to be there, and that was getting to me.
Yeah, I mean
but not about the not about the killing. Like the killing didn't.
I'm wondering though if anyone was eating while they were watching this.
Right? That's a good point.
I'm wondering, like, are people? Because I often eat and snack. Okay, I often eat. Don't make fun of the way I say snack. Okay, it's a normal way to say snack. I often eat when I watch TV. And I'm thinking, like, who are these people? I wonder if there are people who are just chowing down on a huge hamburger while they're watching the first scenes in this. But if they can, they should probably get a psychological evaluation.
Do you know all these like YouTube videos of like try not to laugh? Like people watch a video and they try not to laugh.
Okay.
They should make a YouTube channel called Try to eat while watching a Jeffrey Dahmer.
Try to eat while watching Faces of Death. Do you remember that? Do you remember Faces of Death?
No.
I think it was supposed to be like a real snuff film that they released in the 90s. But now I can't remember if it was actually real or not. I don't think it was, because I remember they showed it once at the drive-in.
Okay, it's definitely not real. The drive-in?
I think so. I think they showed it at the drive-in.
Was the drive-in like jam-packed?
For Faces of Death? Yeah. I didn't go. I've never seen the film.
It was probably
and I didn't
jam-packed
go.
with customers.
No, it was all teenagers giving each other blowjobs in their cars.
Awesome.
That's what the drive-in was. That's where I gave my first blowjob, was at the drive-in.
Awesome.
It was so 1950s of me.
That's awesome.
You're getting more religious texts after this.
I know. I'll just say like, okay, when we go to upstate New York sometimes, there's a Chick-fil-A there, and we want to eat at the Chick-fil-A, but we forget that every Sunday they close it.
Yeah, I forgot that they were the fast food restaurant that came out and said they do not support homosexuality.
Exactly. So that's
that
the
they
most
were not,
Uber.
Well, we don't know anything about
Uber religious
affiliation.
Oh, it's like cornflakes.
Okay, I don't know about cornflakes either.
Cornflakes are made for you to stop masturbating. I'm not making this up. This is actual.
I wonder if that's why my mom only ate cornflakes when I was growing up. But here's the thing. She would put sugar on the cornflakes.
Oh, she was a dirty girl.
If you put sugar on your cornflakes, does that mean you're canceling out the effect that they're supposed to have on you?
Yeah, and then
to keep you from masturbating. You put sugar on it. It's like, no, I want to eat cornflakes, but I still want to masturbate, so I'm gonna put sugar all over it.
Yeah, you're sinning. You're sinning by putting sugar on the
my
cornflakes.
mom was shitting all over the religious establishment when she was putting sugar on her cornflakes.
And then she was masturbating furiously.
All right, let's nope. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
We were in upstate. No, I was in upstate New York. New York with the kids. And I was at a Chick-fil-A. And I made the mistake of going inside to eat in the restaurant. But there's a ball pit and a little play area for the kids. And they wanted to go in there. So I took them in. And there was some woman in there with her. She had a bunch of kids too. And she was talking to everybody, just like chatting them up. And I'm like, okay, please, like, evade attention. Whenever I see people talking to strangers, other people, I realize that I could be the next target. So I like look away, put my hair in front of my face. I do the same thing. Like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. I don't want to make small talk with strangers. So, my kids were in the ball pit, but her kids were in there too. And one of them kept chasing my son around and calling him friend. And he got freaked out and he ran out. He's like, Mommy, there's a little girl there. She's chasing me around. She's calling me friend. And he's like, I'm not her friend. I'm not her friend. And he hid under the table. Yeah. And then the little girl came over to our table and I was like, oh no, she's going to approach us now because her daughter is here. This is a fucking nightmare. And so she came over and she's like, oh, hello, and started talking to me, and I tried to be friendly. And then I noticed she had a cross on her necklace. Yeah. And I was like, oh no. And then I remembered I was at Chick-fil-A and I'm like, fuck, of course. Right. She's going to try to convert me. Like, at that's Chick-fil-A. The whole ruse. Yeah. And so I'm like, kids, you got to eat. We got to go. Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Kids are like, why?
And they're like, why? And no, but my son was already freaked out. So I didn't have to do much to get him out the door. But she, after I kind of shut it down a little bit, she was like talking to the employees that were coming out of the bathroom. And she's like, have a glorious day. Oh my God. A beautiful day. You have a beautiful smile. I'm like, oh my God, something's coming. We got to get out. We got to get out of here. She's about to sacrifice someone. Never like ran out so fast. I was still eating. I was still chewing my food as I was running out the door, and the kids were like, Mommy, what's wrong? I'm like, that woman's crazy. She's gonna try to pull something over on us. And it's weird because it all seemed innocuous, but she was very intense and she was very loud and she was just saying strange things to people, and it wasn't right. And so it felt like a very tense, sort of scary moment. People were looking at her and they were leaving, and right. Yeah, it was strange. The whole thing was strange.
It's scary.
Why is it scary though?
For me,
is it because you think because someone has a plan that you're not aware of? Like you suddenly you realize they have intentions that you haven't thought about.
No,
and you get caught up. Like for me, I'm afraid because I'm like, what do they know and what are they trying to do to me? Because it's obviously part of some kind of like manipulation scheme.
No, for me, what's scary about this is these people aren't regular civilians. They're soldiers of God. That's what's scary to me. They're out there. Their job is to recruit other people.
Well, they are regular civilians. They just think they're soldiers of God.
That's what I'm saying. It's the mindset. It's the mindset that they think that they're soldiers of God. Meaning, if there is a religious war, they'll be like the front lines. They'll be in the front lines to like fight for this, because they are willing to go out and talk to people and try to like convert them. That's why this guy scared the shit out of me, because this guy like knew he knew that I was Armenian, but didn't even once think that I'm already religious. He's like, no, you know what? Even though he's religious, he might be religious. I'm still gonna write to him, Jesus loves you. Have it. Like
just in case.
He thinks that whatever it is, even if I believe in a religion or not, his religion, what's the word? His religion trumps my religion. And so there's this weird domination. There's this weird energy that is associated with what I feel when I see these people. And I see them as soldiers of God. I see them that they'll do anything.
Well, they want you to see them as soldiers of God. I mean, the thing is that, most people who are not religious see them as delusional. Like, they would be happy if you saw them.
Listen, I don't see people who are religious as delusional people. I'm just like, just leave me out of it. Just don't.
Right. Don't try to convert.
Do whatever you want. If it makes you happy, be whoever you want to be. Just leave me. You don't have to tell me that Jesus loves me. I know that Jesus loves me already.
For the Bible tells
I love Jesus.
So.
Jesus is my gay lover.
You really are just throwing more fuel on this fire, aren't you? You're throwing.
I can't stand when people take things seriously. I can't. I have to make fun of it. I can't. Talking about this made me remember something.
What?
Should I talk about the time where I went on a date and this girl
absolutely
tried to bring me into this cult?
Yes, this is the best date story I've ever heard in my life. And I think I've actually told my friend this exact story, and she thought it was great.
So me and my dad were in Jamaica, and my dad's job, I don't know why, but he wanted me to get laid. And so we're sitting there on the beach, chilling, and I'm listening to music. And then my dad zones in on a family, a mother and a daughter hanging out with each other.
Okay, so it's like a parallel situation.
Exactly.
All right.
So my dad starts talking to her, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I just want to be left alone. I put the music on, and I'm listening to music. And then I can see from the corner of my eye that my dad's like trying to make me come over. Mm-hmm. And so I reluctantly, I take my headphones off and I go over. And so I was like, wow, my dad actually did something good for once. Like he
hooked a brother up.
He actually hooked me up. So long story short, so me and her, we start talking at the resort. We have these like little interesting dates. We're walking on the beach. We eat together. And I figure out that she's from Montreal. I was like, what? What's the big... And so it's working out, right? So I land Montreal. We figure out a date. We both show up at the date. And she goes, hey, listen, like, do you mind if I show you something?
Oh, no.
And we're at a cafe at this point.
Red flag. We just immediate red flag. Met at a cafe.
And she goes like, do you mind if you come with me? I want to show you something.
Did she say what it was?
I probably asked her what the thing is, and she's like, don't worry about it. It's going to make you happy. You're going to have the best time ever. And at that point, I was like, I will do whatever she asks me to do.
Yeah, you probably thought you were going to get like a blowjob in an alley or something. You're like, probably, I hope this is the surprise.
Probably, yes. So we go to this place, and it was weird because we go to this building and people are smoking outside the front door. And we walk in and she's saying hi to everybody who's smoking outside. We sit on a chair, both of us sitting next to each other like this. And the thing starts. And one by one, people come up and give their testimonials. And I'm not shitting. I'm not making this up. The first person that comes in is this short Asian man and says, in my entire life, I've never had friends. I was never the popular kid. I wanted to be a manager at my job, but I never had the confidence. But this class gave me the power to make friends and to be a leader and to be a manager. And look at me.
Why did you
now.
have to say he was Asian?
I'm just visually describing what I saw. And after him, a white guy comes up, and he's this tall white guy, looks like a serial killer. He goes like, I've always wanted to be a stallion in bed. And the whole time I'm looking at this, and I turn around and I look at her smiling at me.
And what are you thinking at this point?
I'm thinking that I'm in a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
Like, she brought me to this thing, and they're going to try to make me spend some money. And minutes go by, more people come up on the stage, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to run. As soon as the doors open, I'm going to run. I'm going to leave. And I'm pissed at this time. And I can see that she sees me kind of like not comfortable. Mm-hmm. And as soon as the doors open up, I try to leave, but they immediately surround me. Everybody that went on stage, they immediately surround me and they tell me, are you going to sign up? Are you going to sign up? And I'm like, oh, I'll think about it. And they're like, no, why are you going to think about it? It's going to change your life. You shouldn't think about something that's going to change your life. You should sign right now. And a course is like $1,000.
Wow.
And I just ran. I just left.
Did you really run?
No, I didn't really run.
You walked quickly.
I walked quickly out, and she's like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm done. And I just leave.
Yeah. I think you had
I missed
blinders
all the red flags.
on.
I did.
I think you were thinking about one thing, weren't you?
Yeah.
See, that's how you become it.
Cake.
That's why you're an easy target.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thinking about it now, you're right. You're absolutely right.
She probably was like, oh, how do you feel about pyramid schemes? And you were saying like, they're great. Let's go get something to eat.
Can we get a cake that looks like a pyramid?
We went to the spa recently, and it was like one of those Swedish spas. And interestingly, we saw several women there with uncomfortably younger men. I will say they were probably 18. Mm-hmm. I hope they were 18.
I think you have to be in order to go to the spa, right?
No, there's no age restriction.
Isn't there?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it was clear that they were not mother and son. Which clear. At first I thought, oh, that's he's having a spa day with his mom. No. You don't hold hands and take selfies.
Right. Yeah.
At the spa with your mom and stand with your arms around each other.
It was the weirdest fucking thing ever.
It was. Yeah, I mean, maybe that shows that, things are turning around, like it's a new era where we've always seen men with significantly younger women, and they're sort of having, acting out their midlife crisis. Now it's like, okay, it's our turn.
Yeah, it's the sugar mama's turn.
We're the sugar mamas now. Yeah. We want equality. Now we want vastly younger men.
Yeah.
But
it was strange though. It was like
it was pretty quiet. I will say it made me feel a little uncomfortable just because I wasn't sure one of them was actually 18.
You think it was like a younger
he looked
person?
Like 16 or 17, honestly.
My God. Yeah. There was two instances.
It was eye-opening. I'm like, hey, we're in a rich neighborhood. I guess we're seeing how the other half lives. You know? I guess, this is
we don't get to see this often.
This is accepted. What if you run into your ex-husband with his significantly younger girlfriend at the spa, and you guys are all just there? Are you going to sit down and have dinner together? Anyway, it was interesting. It was a new thing for me to see.
I didn't even think that stuff existed. I didn't think that was a possibility.
Well, clearly we don't go to the spa on Nuns Island enough to know all the crazy shit is happening over there. I mean, they met online. I don't know. My someone I know was like dating older women when he was pretty young. Mm-hmm. And he's a stand-up comedian, and he would talk about it a lot. He had a bit about it. And
really?
He was dating. Yeah.
He had a sugar mommy?
I don't know if he had several.
Damn.
Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah. I think one of them did buy him a computer or something like that.
That's
and
awesome.
he was at the time he was like 18 or 20. She was probably in her 40s. And these women definitely look like they were in their mid 40s to early 50s.
By the looks of it, they did this like every week.
Yeah. Once he told me that he went out on a date with an older woman. She said she was 45. He was probably like 20 at the time. He said she was 45 on the app, but when he met her, she was probably 60.
Oh my God.
And he said that's the only time he felt really uncomfortable is because he felt like he was like going on a date with his grandma. I'm not going to name any names, but anyone I know who's watching this is going to know who I'm talking about.
Do they watch the podcast?
I don't know. Several people said they have. Probably like 2 people I know.
I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that.
He had a MILF fetish. That was his thing. It was just a very established thing for older women.
I'll rather date a crazy girl that's trying to put me in a cult. That's what I would rather do.
Hey, we all have our proclivities, you know. Mm-hmm. We all have our thing.
On that note.
You want to end it?
Let's end it.